Hello and welcome to Lifetime in Court, the show where we break down your favorite made-for-TV movies one bottle at a time. Oh, is this the wrong intro? I'm doing the YouTube intro. Lifetime in Court. I don't know how it starts. Oh my god, it's left my brain. I'm your host, Patrick.
Welcome to Lifetime.
Yeah, I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are.
I am Drew Current.
And I am Melina Bartzokis.
Yes, Melina is here.
Oh my!
So sorry that I forgot the intro. I really don't know what it is.
If you want to hear it, listen to the other 200 fucking episodes that we can.
True, very true. So, Melina, you are a very special guest, and here's why. First of all, we're friends from like high school. And like it's just like so good to have my high school friend back here.
I'm happy to be here. So many good memories.
We were in Pippin together. We were in
Yes.
Pippin, and I played a camel.
Mm-hmm. And I was an ostrich.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
There you go. No, actually, Melina is from the movie that we're going to talk about today. So you were in the movie.
What?
Yeah. And I inserted myself into this podcast by reaching out after hearing this podcast, finding it. I was like, I love this, and I need to reach out to Patrick and be like, can I be on an episode?
This makes me so happy that I can't even fucking handle it right now.
I know, it's so crazy.
But are you about to explain the movie you're in to me?
Oh, I'll try. I will.
Oh my
I literally
God.
have the movie up on my desktop right now because I need to remind myself of what happened.
Yes, exactly.
So y'all are gonna fucking explain the movie to me, and the movie that you were in, Melina.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is my birthday.
Well, yeah, happy birthday, Drew, early, So
Very early.
Very early. But so Melina reached out to me on Instagram, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I should do this. Like, I'm nervous.
Who's this creep?
Like, well, most times the actors like reach out and they're like, let's do an interview. And I'm like, okay, I'm not Oprah, but I'll try. And then I end up just kind of like sitting there and like looking at myself on the Zoom and playing with my hair. And then Drew like does the interview because I'm not, like I said, I'm not Oprah. Drew's Oprah.
I am Oprah.
Oh yeah,
That is me.
I've been dying to go over this movie with people and understand it myself and what happened.
Oh my God.
So
Exactly.
I'm excited to go over it because I was telling Patrick that there's definitely something I'm going to learn about it from this conversation with you guys that I didn't know before. I'm just discovering new stuff every time I like look at it or think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, what?
Absolutely.
Why did that happen?
Why did that happen?
Well, there's nothing better than like a wine drunk recap to like jog your memory for this movie that you made, and you were in it.
Perfect.
So it's going to be awesome.
This is awesome.
Quick question though. Was this your first Lifetime movie or have you done another one before this one?
It was my first Lifetime movie, yeah.
Very cool. And
was
I
an
don't even think
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the movie?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We haven't even said the title.
I mean, I feel like if you put there's a formula to the titles. So I mean, blank in the blank.
Yes, blank in the
And
blank.
you'll
Oh,
come-
this is good. Let's do a Drew guessing game. So
Okay.
Drew, the first blank is let's see. I don't even know the title. Oh, it's a like a type of gossip.
Okay. Oh,
That's what that is.
Secret.
Boom.
Okay, and now
Is it a secret?
pick a location in
Secret
a house.
in the attic.
Close. Think a little bit lower.
Oh, a little lower. In the kitchen. Secret in the laundry room.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
I wish it was
Secret in the-
that.
Secret in the basement.
Secret in
Yes.
the basement.
Secrets in the basement.
So there's
So-
more than
Oh,
one
that's
secret,
fun.
apparently, in the basement.
Yeah.
Right.
Secrets.
So the movie stars, and Melina, since you're here, I'm still going to pronounce your name incorrectly because that's just what I do.
No worries. It sounds like a magical spell of a name. So.
The movie stars Melina Bartzokis. How was that? Was that right?
That is what we Bartzokis.
Right.
No, it's Bartzokis, but we're gonna make it now Bartzokis.
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 Kazam.
Doesn't it sound like a magical spell? Like I just turned you into like a cat or something?
I love
it. It does.
I mean, Melina, though, I was like, Melina, I know. Melina, I feel confident about that. Also stars Nick Cassidy. That's an easy one. And then Valentina Izarra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I did those well. Sorry, Melina, you're the only one.
I'm the only one with the weird
that I messed up.
Oh wait, I should ask. I forgot to ask this. What is I can take all? I swear like a sailor, so I can take my swears and I can transform them into different words that are more innocent.
Keep them.
Keep them. Okay, cool.
This is not the Hallmark podcast. We're not family friendly over here. We're
cool.
We're drinking wine and we're talking about Lifetime. Okay.
and we're cussing and we're having a good time.
Absolutely,
over here.
absolutely.
We cuss all we want.
I did a movie once where we were allowed to do some improv, and I ended up swearing so much that the director was like, you made it so difficult for us to cut this movie because we needed to keep it like PG-13. And Melina, you say fuck so many times. So
hey,
I'm glad I can be myself here.
Yes, be yourself. Be your true self. That's all we want from you. So yes, now before we get started with the recap, we're going to do a little bit of business time. So I sent Melina a review, and it's one of the longer ones that we didn't cover earlier because I can't read, but I figured Melina is an actress and she has to learn her lines. So
Lifetime requires us to read a little bit to be able to read.
You have to be able to read, yeah.
We don't know so many words, but us Lifetime actors, we know enough. I might not know what I'm saying, but I can say it.
Perfect.
You can say it, goddammit.
So put on your business attire. It is time for the business time. So I'm wearing a little suit, very tailored today.
I like your bow tie, sir.
Thank you.
It's made of fur. And I have a top hat and a single, what are they called?
Monocle.
Oh, a monocle.
Monocle.
Yeah.
And I brought a briefcase and some power high heels.
Wonderful. So
we're super ready for
we're
this.
ready. So Melina, if you want to go ahead and read the review, I don't think there's any emojis, but everyone just leave a review with 5 stars and emojis, please. Take it away, Melina.
So we have What We Need Right Now, 5 stars by Simca, and they say, I've been away from Lifetime movies for quite a while. They can be so insipid, but with the stress of the pandemic and people unable to keep distant and wear masks. Yes, please wear masks. Well, I'm finding Lifetime a remarkably amusing blessing, and as a result, this follow-up podcast. I listen to a lot of podcasts, probably about 70 right now, and a lot of them are true crime. Well, these days are so fraught that I need something a little different on occasion. This podcast is the perfect fit. The hosts make proper fun of Lifetime movies without being mean, although I do enjoy hearing the occasional background story of a host. Unlike some Lifetime movie-related podcasts, these hosts don't meander and ramble on self-importantly. They have fun, they get to the point, give you a super hour or so of fun and laughs, are lighthearted, and then they're off. Actually, compared to the other Lifetime movie podcasts I used to listen to, these episodes are too short. Yeah. I gave some digs I probably shouldn't have, but this one is super fun, enjoyable, and laugh-out-loud escapism at its finest.
Wow.
Thank you, Simca. And they are absolutely right. I keep wanting to say she, but they're absolutely right. It's like, and I think I said this to you, Patrick, that it was just like, it's the best podcast to listen to right now. We all need this. We all need Lifetime movies right now, and we need a podcast about the Lifetime movies right now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I know.
God.
So
this
nice.
I need to write that review. Sorry about that. I need to actually...
Yeah, well, Melina, get on
you.
writing a review. Please put emojis in there. Poop emoji for Drew.
Yeah, you know what, Melina? Can it. Put it.
Yeah.
Save it for the review.
Save it for the review, please. But no, everyone should write a review for the podcast. We are so close to 200 reviews, which, why not just go for a goal. Set a goal and then
That's
go for
great.
it. So 200,
Man,
200 reviews for the year. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Write a little emoji
That's-
review. And then what I heard from that review was that I should tell more stories about myself. So I was born in 1999. No, just kidding.
I was born in
I was born. Okay.
2005.
You gotta keep it mysterious. Just a little mysterious.
Mysterious.
Who are these guys?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to know everything.
No. Well, and I'm
We don't
very
give everything.
I'm very worried about my stalker. So, I got to be careful.
You don't want to be like a Lifetime movie title and give everything away.
Right.
Yeah.
My Nightmare Podcaster.
That's
Secrets
The wrong
in- yeah,
podcaster.
secrets
the wrong
in-
podcast.
There you go. Okay, business time is over. So business time over. Everyone take off your suits. Okay, now we're relaxed.
Okay.
So we're going to just jump into the movie. So Secrets in the Basement starts. We start with this girl. Her name is Delilah, okay? And she's kind of like that girl in high school who you like have a locker next to them and like you're like nice and you're like, "Oh, hey Delilah," and she's like, "Hey," and you're like, "That girl's so nice." That's Delilah, okay, Drew?
Okay. This is Melina.
That's the vibe. Oh,
right?
that's Melina. Oh,
No, definitely the character.
the character.
Don't
the
know
character.
about Melina.
She has a husband. His name is Sean. Think Drew, Adrian Garnier, that guy.
Gaunia?
Yeah, that guy
Wait,
from Entourage. Think him,
I'm
but
gonna
like
look. Oh, the lead guy. Yeah.
yeah, but not
Entourage.
smelly. Not smelly. This guy's probably smells very nice.
He probably smells good. I don't know Melina.
I don't know, Melina. You don't have to
Smells very
comment
nice.
one way or the other.
Well, anyway, we'll keep going. I have a funny
Okay.
thing about that, by the way.
Great. This is perfect. I love this. So they're checking out a new house, Drew, because it's called Secrets in the Basement. So there's got to be a house. It's like very
Yep.
HGTV-y,
Got to be.
like they're coming up to the house. I'm waiting for like the price to come up and be like house 1, and she's like, Delilah and Sean are looking for a country colonial, like
Definitely
that.
with a basement.
Yeah, that type of vibe. But then it cuts to this like scary man in a COVID mask. He's got like a gas mask on. It's like very blue lighting. I think he has an ice pick and he's like picking ice or something. Very scary. Ball cap, goggles. I mean, you're like, whoa, what's going on? The realtor, her name's Barbara. Love Barbara.
We filmed this in February, and one of the things in your review that you said, Patrick, was like this. He had the COVID mask on, and I was like, we were so ahead of our time because we filmed it in February, and then March, and then all of a sudden it became the fashion.
It's the fashion now.
It's like we
Everyone,
knew.
you gotta have a COVID mask, okay?
And goggles, apparently.
And goggles, sure. I mean, Drew, the whole basement sequence, you're like, what's happening right now? Like, I don't know.
So he's in the basement?
Yes,
Like,
but the
pickup
realtor,
truck?
her name's Barbara. She's fabulous, and I love her. And she's just like Real Housewives. Like, she should have her own show called Barbara's Housewife. And then she's just like running around because I don't know why I was obsessed with this woman.
Oh my! You'd be obsessed with her in real life. I love her so much.
Okay, that's what I was hoping you'd say, but
She's
also
fantastic.
I was hoping you would say that she was like a diva on set, and she's like, "This water's not cold enough. Take it back, craft services." So but Barbara is like,
I recognize her.
right? She's in something. Like she looks familiar, but she is the realtor, Drew. So she's like, "There's no basement in this house. There's not a basement. Absolutely no way." And Delilah's like, "Oh, but like usually there's like water runoff and like all this stuff, and there should be a basement." And Barbara's like, "Shut up! Look at the smart house features." And she starts just like pressing buttons all over the house. And it's great because she also says like, "Oh, here's all these features."
There's no basement in it.
Yeah, there's no basement. She like
But there is a basement.
There is, obviously. We just saw the
We
COVID
know
man in
there's
the
a
basement.
Which kind of is weird to me that he's in the. I always wondered, like, he's in the basement with all this get up on, like, secretive man, when he's alone in the basement. So I'm not sure, he just really likes that outfit.
Oh,
Yeah,
one
just
thing to note about this man,
some
Drew,
weird
he has
cosplay
a
shit.
tattoo on his arm that's like an axe or I forget.
Oh, it's a nail and a
Cool.
hammer.
It comes.
Fucking nail and a hammer tattoo.
But Drew, it comes back. It comes back.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Note it.
I'm sure.
Write it down.
I hope so. I hope it does. Yeah.
Mentally note that nail and a hammer tattoo. Okay.
Noted.
So the house is a smart home. So you can like call your friend and be like, "Hey, house, call Jessica," and it will. And Barbara's like, "You're not going to use any of this stuff," but Delilah and Sean are like, "It's great. We love it. We're moving in like immediately." So
Right now.
they move in. And Barbara, like when she's talking about the house, she's like talking about this guy Jay Christo.
Christo,
Like,
yep.
it's designed by Jay Christo. Ooh la la. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Why would she mention that? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I'm
know.
jealous. I'm jealous because I was a designer and then I stopped designing, and it's like, why did she stop designing? What's her deal? Why are they moving away? Questions to be answered later.
Uh-oh.
Totally. Secrets in the basement.
What?
So Delilah, like, again, is concerned about this basement, but she's easily distracted by her hunky husband who's like always seducing her and like taking care of her. Like,
isn't he the best husband?
Oh my God. In a Lifetime movie, this guy was the best.
He was.
Usually husbands are the bad guy.
Yeah, true. Yeah. You always suspect the husband first. This guy, I was like, throughout the whole filming process with Nick, we were like, he is so, man, Sean is just the best. He's just so supportive. He doesn't care about his own life. He just cares about Delilah. So.
Yeah. Very
he's
rare.
Gorgeous. So.
He's gorgeous.
That is a plus.
Not,
he's a beautiful man.
Not smelly Adrian Gannier. What more could you ask for?
Oh, what I was going to say, though, earlier is I didn't know when I met Micah, the guy who plays Micah McNeil, who plays Jay Christo, and Nick Cassidy, who plays Sean, they were on the same flight as me to Miami. And so I met them on the flight. I didn't know who was who, and who was playing who, and I assumed, and I shouldn't have. Because I said to Nick at one point, I was like, so what costumes do they have for you? What they do? And he was like, well, just kind of like a traditional suburban looking guy. And I was like, that's weird, because aren't you supposed to be like creepy and stuff? And he's like, no, I'm your husband. And so I feel like I essentially made him, I gave away that he like looked slightly creepy to me, and I just cast him immediately as the creepy guy.
Well, he's got like the dark features, and the other guy has like looks like a golden retriever. You know,
he is the he is where golden retriever became a human.
That's interesting. I like that.
Well, Melina,
he's like he does look like he would be cast as like a like, because he's a beautiful man.
They're both both beautiful,
but he has an interesting look to it. Like it's a different kind of look to him.
Which
so
the husband?
He's not just like a hunky guy. Like
I think
he has like a distinct look about him.
In a Hallmark movie, Melina, you'd be right. But this is Lifetime, so Lifetime can get a little bit edgy with that casting. You know, they can go outside of the box.
They switched that up.
So we love that. So he's like very doting on her, Sean, on Delilah, and she like is having a nervous breakdown, kind of like she has some crazy PTSD going on, and she loses like her pills, like her anxiety medicine, and like has a panic attack. And he's like, it's okay, like here's a blanket and here's some like water, and like, count to 10 and whatever, all the things to deal with stress he's doing for her. Like he's getting her some chamomile tea, he like has like a lavender face mask, everything.
Massaging her feet. Yeah,
totally
Nice.
But the thing is, Drew, Delilah's not wrong. She's being gaslit, and this is not, I guess this is kind of getting to it a little early, but things in the house are going missing. You know what I mean? You know when you like lose something, you're like, where did that go? It's happening to her all the time. Like she's downstairs and like the cabinets are open, and she's like, Smart House, why are you opening the cabinets? You're such an idiot, Smart House.
I literally think that there is like a weird dimensional thing that in my house where it's like items phase into another dimension just like randomly. I think there actually is that in my house. So,
I have had moments where I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm like, this wasn't here. This absolutely was not here. And I could totally relate to Delilah in her house. But we see the like creepy man in all black. We see him like put pills in different places, which is, he puts it into my pantry. Puts it in Delilah's pantry. So I guess
Been there, you know?
Well, you just keep all the pills in there. It's like for breakfast. I'm just gonna take my Xanax.
Like, well, why are my pills in the freezer? What was I doing last night? Whoops.
Are they in the pool shed, huh?
Yeah.
But Delilah was also, it comes up, she was in a mental hospital, and this is when I'm like, uh-oh, I'm a little nervous for this because Lifetime doesn't have a good track record of depicting mental health well. You know?
No,
so I'm
not
like,
very good.
oh God,
Not
she's
very
gonna be
well.
the crazy singer in the basement.
Crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So we flash to a hardware store now. We're gonna meet the other man, the designer, Jay Christo. He's in like this ridiculous, like, but also like I want it red suit, like from head to toe, like a red suit, not like Santa, but like Armani or
It's
something.
a raspberry.
You know?
It's like
Yeah.
this delicious raspberry color.
It's like fashionable, but I also hate it.
Thank you.
Oh, this guy's this
So-
guy's in Daybreak.
He is in Daybreak, yeah. But we shot a later scene where he has the suit like fully on, and then when we sent that footage to Mar Vista, they apparently were like, ah! And so then when we shot the hardware scene, we couldn't have him in a different outfit, obviously. So we were like, okay, just have him like take it off and like put it on his like finger over his shoulder so that it's not like so raspberry in your face.
Mhm.
But I will say, like, I want that suit. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh man.
It's
Yeah.
it's a lot.
It
for
really
a hardware store.
It sets up the character though, because you're like, okay, this
does.
guy's extra, like he's a little much. I was like, is he gay? Like, oh, a gay like man? Oh, maybe. But no, I was just projecting, and I'm like, oh, I just want him to be gay.
I don't think you're alone, and I think even my sister was like, I was misled. This is I was misled here.
Well, you know, because he's also the designer of the home, so you're
Yeah.
thinking like gay designer. Oh, that terrible trope of like the gay designer with like a scarf and a poodle, like.
He's like, this has got to go, and this has got to go.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Yes, think like Balky and like First Wives Club, like that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, he's gonna be the gay best friend of the main character. Sure, okay.
That's what I thought. But no.
Cut it.
But,
Cut it all.
But no. I love it, Joe. No, he like
Do you like my gay designer?
I do like your gay designer. I think you should really
Character.
work that into a one-man show. Delilah invites
It didn't always used to be like this.
Delilah invites Jay over immediately. She's like, "Come see the house. You're the designer. No problem. You're a stranger." And
She's
he's
thirsty.
like, "I'd love to." Then they like walk around. He's like, "Oh, I would." He kind of does the thing. He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't put that vase there." Or, "Oh, that's ugly." And she's like, "Haha, we just moved in. Shut the fuck up." You know?
I'm surprised she's not more annoyed. I'd be like, fuck you, buddy.
I
He's
know.
calling my
Fuck you,
armoire a
dude.
schiffer robe, and it's not a schiffer robe, but whatever. Like,
Melina would be like, "Okay, step up," but Delilah is like, "Oh, that's fine."
Yeah.
She pours some wine. They have wine, and she gets like shit-faced drunk. Like, Melina, were you really drunk in this scene?
we actually were dying laughing in that scene because of something that Micah said, and it took us forever to get it just because we were just we would be laughing and be like, "Oh, we're sorry, we're professional, we swear, we're just," and I it took so long. So I mean, that was when I'm laughing in that scene when that opens, that's a genuine cracking
You're
up
actually
laugh.
laughing.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
actually
like-
cracking up.
This girl
That's
is
awesome.
drunk. She's like
I
me right now.
wish we had what we should have just had wine. You know,
Right? What are
main
you drinking?
character.
What are you drinking in the movies? I've always been curious. Like, what are you drinking? Grape juice?
Some kind of watered down grape juice, I think.
When I did a film for IO, RIP IO, we had to drink like whiskey shots, and it was like coffee, like
Ooh.
diluted coffee. It was disgusting.
Ew.
It
Why
was
just
awful.
Just use like tea.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mm.
what? But you know,
I-
you just get what you get.
I had to do
Black
a line
tea,
of
man.
cocaine in a film, and we use lactose powder, and I thought like, okay, this is what they use in movies. It should be fine. The first take I did it, and I was like, it was awful.
You're still snorting something into your
Exactly.
your
I
sinuses.
was like, can we
Still.
just make it cocaine so that I get some benefit?
Yeah,
from
so
this?
Could we have
so then I can
actual
last
cocaine?
all shooting schedule. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's just film the whole movie tonight. I feel great. I feel fine. Let's film the whole movie.
I have no ideas. I have so many ideas.
I know all my lines.
Yeah. Oh, I also have a new. I have a new script idea too.
Right.
Let's make a sequel. Let's do it.
Let's make a sequel. I already have it.
This is all alleged. We've never done cocaine. We never know what that's like. So, anyways, moving on.
Ditto.
So Delilah has
I've never talked about a script idea on cocaine. I've never done that.
Delilah has these crazy nightmares, Drew, about a fire, and like you see her like lying on the floor, like with like pills all around her, kind of like. She's like on a bender, maybe. You don't really know what's going on because it's like a Lifetime dream sequence. So there's smoke and there's a bloody woman walking towards her, and you're like, "Oh, this is scary." Like, I gotta go, like, make a sandwich. I can't handle this.
I can't.
This is too much.
I gotta say, real quick about the wine. Not to go backwards, but like, I feel like that in itself is a trope in Lifetime where it's drunk equals laughing. Like the only time you can laugh in a Lifetime movie is when you're drunk.
True.
And you're like,
very true.
Or when you get to laugh if you make like a little bitty joke. It's like ha, and then that's it. But like nobody's cracking up just in general in a Lifetime movie. It's only little laughs and then drunk laughing.
And then wasted laughing.
Speaking of tropes, the waking up, the whole like. That's been something where I'm like, I want to do that in a movie just because I've seen it a billion times. And like as an actor, I'm just like, I want to do it. And then I got this and I was like, awesome. I get to do the whole,
oh, waking up.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Where
That's
has
it.
anybody woken up like that in a dream? Is that like
my wife has.
She has?
Absolutely.
Like just
absolutely.
I mean, I can't do that awake.
Not sit up, but like
gasp awake.
Because that's a full sit up.
Oh yeah, the full sit up.
No.
I'm like, I don't even have the
From
abs
sleep
for that.
to sit up? No.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
But it'd be like,
oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Where she's skin. What the fuck?
So
what the fuck, man?
Delilah wakes up from her nightmare, okay? And, instead of like going and getting like a warm glass of milk or something, she goes downstairs. There's a pool in the backyard, of course. And she does like a gymnastics routine, like on a balance beam. And she's like doing like these backflips and stuff. And you're like, what? Is this the Simone Biles story? Like, what's going on?
So this was, I was a bit upset at Lifetime for this. They took out an entire scene before this, which explained what the hell I'm doing. So I don't know why that was supposed to be a diving board. And I was doing an exercise. I say I as if it's, I as Delilah.
You were.
The character. We get it.
You know.
Oh, I get it.
I'm doing a chi exercise that Jay teaches me to do to calm my nerves since I'm so anxious. And he like breaks the diving board knowing that I can't swim, and so that it's like when I go and then step on it doing the chi thing he taught me, that's what does it. But it just looks like I don't know. I don't even know.
I mean, I really thought it was a gymnastics routine, and I was like, "Oh, good! I love gymnastics. She's a former gymnast. It makes sense. She was in a fire, and she couldn't be in the Olympics. I got it."
Oh, and we missed the point where Delilah had already set fire accidentally when cooking. Which,
yeah.
She's
so
all
she's
about
like
the fires.
Very scared of fire. But of course she does fall into the pool, Drew, and she can't swim. So then of course Sean's there to save her, and he's like, "I will save you," and he does like a slow motion running, and I was just like in love with him. So we flash to a pharmacy now. I'm jumping a little bit, Melina. We flash to a pharmacy. Delilah runs into Barbara, our best friend, and they talk about this is when we get like the backstory for Delilah, okay? So I was like, oh God, she's like going to pick up her mental health medicine. Really, it's like that basic. But actually we get like they're talking like on this little like bridge or something, or like a little river, I don't know, some body of water. It's like serene basically. And she goes into, and Delilah, you can talk about this a little bit more, but she goes into like this monologue about first of all, she talks about the fire, and it was an accident like in the house, and a woman got burned and is in the hospital or something. So we get that exposition out of the way, but also she goes into like more of like a little bit deeper conversation of like, you know, getting dependent on pills and like what that was like, and like kind of like how you feel so trapped in that. And I was like, oh wow, that's like has some insight into mental health, and like it's not just like she's crazy, it's like it kind of spiraled out of control, you know. So I really like that. And I thought, Melina, you actually, I know you're on my podcast and I'm like supposed to be nice to you, but like you actually did a really good job like in this scene. I was like,
thank you.
I'm like, ew, I'm feeling feelings. What's happening? I hate this.
I shouldn't be doing that in a Lifetime movie. You can't
No,
just feel
absolutely not.
Yeah, that was I was wondering if people would put stuff together that was supposed to be put together, and so I'm glad to feel like it was. So she was partly responsible for setting fire to a complex that she designed where one woman got hurt but didn't die. And then after that, she was so distraught, she started going on pills to help herself out of the depression. And then she was just still so torn up about it that she ended up ODing on the pills and trying to kill herself. And then she ended up in the hospital for that, mental institution a bit. And then now they're moving out of where they were, which is why they're in the house that they're at now. So
okay,
right. So you got that whole backstory.
Secret's out.
The secrets
out.
Are cat's out of the bag.
So some more gaslighting happens, and like there's like little scary scenes. I'm just gonna jump over those because who cares? All you need to know is Sean is like amazing. I'm too scared. I have to like cover my eyes, so I can't even recap it because I don't know what happened.
That deer skull thing. There's a deer skull that just pops around different parts of the house, and it terrifies her for some reason.
And Drew, it's like those jump scares, you know? You're like, a jump scare? No, I can't handle those. I'm too scared.
Those are too easy. Those are so easy to do.
They always get me, though.
Scares?
They always get me, and I'm like, I'm with my popcorn. I'm like, ah! Or
just flies around.
Or I like have my wine, and I spill it all over myself. I'm like, I've been shot. No. Okay, so we jump to like Jay. He's like talking to Delilah. We learn that he's the basement person because we see his tattoo and it matches the tattoo that we saw at the beginning of the movie. But also, Delilah opens up about her mental health issues and everything. And she's like talking to him about how she's been really stressed. And he gives her some advice. And the advice is this: in life, you are either the hammer or you're the nail. Always be the hammer.
The hammer, always.
Lesson for all you kids out there. That's all you need to know.
Oh,
ABH.
There's one part.
Always be the hammer.
There's one part I forgot. Then he like does like an MC Hammer dance, and he's like, oh. Oh wait, that's Backstreet Boys or New Kids on the Block. I don't know what MC Hammer is.
All of them do it.
MC Hammer is MC Hammer.
I know, but what's his song?
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this. Da, 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 da,
Always
da,
be the hammer.
Da, da. Always be the hammer. Yes. And then he drugs her, of course. He like gives her this advice, and then he drugs her.
Classic Lifetime move. Drug the lady.
Classic being a hammer move, you know.
Fucking hammers are so douchey.
You're right. So Barbara finds the original.
Is this a new term we've coined for?
Yeah.
The nails need to revolt.
Right.
Fight the hammer.
Man. There you go. So Barbara finds the original blueprints, and surprise, surprise, there's a basement. And she's like, oh, crap, I got to call. I almost said Melina. I got to call Delilah. And she's like about to call her, but Jay shows up, and he's like, oh, you found the blueprints. And he like puts on his black gloves. He's like, you found the blueprints.
Well, there we go.
And you're like, oh, great. We're going to get like our kill of the movie. Like, I don't think we've had any kills yet. He starts walking towards her, and she's like, oh no. She's like me in a Lifetime movie, and she runs into traffic and dies.
Oh no.
She was originally supposed to be stabbed by him. He gets a knife, and then we hear that she's stabbed, but we were like, we have to change that because he wouldn't do that, I guess. He would, that's just messy. So then Chico gets hit by a car, and I wasn't on this day. I wasn't there for the day they filmed this, but I love Micah when she gets hit by the car, and he has this look of like, that's gonna be helpful. Like before he goes back into the house. Like,
I imagine, I picture it being like, where it's like, honk honk, boom. And he's like, well, that was a freebie.
And by the way, the guy who gets out of the car who hit her is the director, which I was like, that's
really?
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
Well, that was a freebie.
Exactly. He like takes off the gloves. He's like dusted his hands up. Well,
easy peasy.
Not on me. Not on me. That was on her. That was on Barbara.
I didn't do that.
Which, so technically speaking, Jay's pretty innocent throughout this. Besides maybe like breaking and entering, Jay's still pretty innocent throughout this whole movie still.
And like a kind of like fucked up like life motto. Like
besides his terrible life motto.
Terrible life motto. Like, don't be a hammer. Like, that's
and
rude.
Bad tattoo choices.
Maybe be like a I don't know. I'm trying to think of a tool, but I'm gay, so I don't know any.
Always be what's the best tool
always be the table saw.
Okay.
Always be the table saw.
That's it.
Not the wood.
Always be the washer. When you don't have a washer, it's always hard to
That's it.
Or always be the screwdriver.
Perfect.
So I have a screwdriver. I don't need anything else.
Everyone loves a screwdriver.
Always be the Allen wrench.
Oh, an Allen wrench. That's my type of tool. They come in such pretty colors if you get them from IKEA. Okay, so Jay after Barbara dies, he goes and sees his wife in the hospital. Her name's Betty, and she's in a coma. Okay, and he like takes her hand. He's like, "I'm gonna avenge you, Betty. Like, she is the woman who was in the fire." So now we have a motive.
Full circle.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Here we go. It's a revenge movie.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So
Jay's just being fucking John Wick, man.
Pretty much.
He's just
pretty much.
Well, he has every right to. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like part of. I bet some people totally rooted for Jay because Delilah, she's just thinking about herself, and Jay's wife is dying.
The episode we did with the what was the homecoming?
Homecoming Revenge.
Homecoming Revenge. That one was like, I was like kind of on her side. I was like, she's just kind of John Wicking her way around here.
For Homecoming Revenge, 100%. Kim director,
Exactly. I feel like Lifetime is helping us to feel sympathy for people who, they just were wronged. It's okay.
Right. They were wronged. And, they should probably get over it.
They should probably get over it.
But yeah.
Taking it a little too far, but yeah.
Taking it.
But
this is too much.
At least they have a motive, That's all you can ask in a Lifetime movie. Like, there's a clear motive. They're not just crazy. Perfect. Okay, great.
The scariest thing is when they have no motive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Joker
or Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Just wants to see the world burn. Mm-hmm. That's the scariest villain. Anyway.
So Delilah wakes up and she the house is on fire or something. I don't really know what's going on here, but Sean comes home and he's like, "It's fine. Open a window." And she's like, "Great." No clue. There's just more fire happening to escalate the scary fireness. But then we see Delilah has this mental breakdown, and it's a really long sequence. Maybe I might be exaggerating, but it's 5 minutes, and it's Melina. And I'm going to talk about the actress because there's no dialogue. It's just your face, and you're walking around "Oh my God, the door's open. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God." And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it's a whole segment in the movie, and you're like, this actress is amazing, but why are we doing this?
I'm dying for that to be a GIF for something where it's something where it says something totally stupid, and then it's that scene. Because it was, so we had one or two takes throughout the whole movie for most of these scenes, but there were a couple parts that the director really just we didn't know that he would be taking I don't think this was supposed to be what it became.
Sure.
But he was loving it, and he was then he attached the camera to a little trolley, and I'm pushing that around, and then so it was bawling and crying, and then makeup and fix it, and then bawling and crying, and he's running around the camera being and now this, and now this, and now this, and now this, and I'm
so he went all out David Lynch.
He
Fucking
loved
Totally.
that shit, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
Give it to him.
I'm gonna give
I
it
mean,
to him.
Give it to him.
The thing is, like,
Merry Christmas.
it basically leads up to the moment where she finds the basement, Drew. So think like, oh my God, I can't remember this actress's name. Rosemary's Baby.
Mhm.
Mia Farrow and Rosemary's
yeah.
Baby. It reminded me of that, like when she's running around, like looking, and it's like all the fucked up shit, and she's like, "Oh my god!" It's very much that vibe. So maybe that's what he was going for. Also, maybe they just needed time to fill because they already revealed like the motive, and like we know who the killer is, so we have like 10 more minutes to fill. So let's just like fill it.
Just like,
This is a great scene. Okay, let's put that in there. So of course she finds the basement, and then she's immediately pushed down the stairs because you can't be on a stair in a Lifetime movie and not get pushed down it.
You have to.
That's what they're
you have
for.
to go down the stairs.
I would say always take the elevator, but they always die too. So like, don't go anywhere in a Lifetime movie.
Just don't descend.
Right.
Don't descend. Yeah.
Totally.
Don't ascend either. Like, don't go. Just stay
Yes.
at the
Stay at the level you're
elevation where you are.
Yes. So Jay like plans on making it look like Delilah killed herself because she has a mental health issue, so he's going to use that to his advantage because he's the hammer and she's the nail, and he's telling her like all his villain monologue. He's like, I did this for Betty, and I love my wife, and she died, and she's not really dead, she's just in a coma.
My favorite part of that is he's doing the whole villain plan explanation, right? And I love, he's been working on this for months. He like designed the house for us, waited for us to move in, did all this stuff, and then he's writing the note that he's going to have pretend to be my suicide note. it just writes in his handwriting on like a little notepad. I shouldn't live. I hate myself. Love, Delilah. And he shows it to me, and my character even says, Jay, it's not my handwriting. They're gonna know. And he's like, no one cares.
It's not me.
And it's like it's like you plan this out so much, bro, and then you're just gonna throw it away with this bad letter.
Yeah, you got it. Oh God. Well, you got.
That was like the one true crime part of me that was like, no, you gotta think about it. The forensically, it's not gonna work.
It's true. And then
So I just realized this. So he. Like, how did he know they were gonna pick
the house?
That house.
Exactly. This is when, Drew, you start punching the holes in the story, and you're like, this doesn't really make sense.
So the timeline is supposed to be from the script that was like written originally. The timeline is the fire happens 6 months later. I try to kill myself. 6 months after that is when we move into the house. And then it was also written that the husband's wife almost died, so then he goes to school to become an architect and then builds a complex.
Oh my God.
So this so he's a savant architect. Clearly, because it's all within a year. Actually, it'd have to be in less than a year. This man got his degree in architecture and then designed an entire complex and then somehow got us to buy a house. And what I could see that happening, like maybe he like sent little flyers, I don't know, maybe send flyers to us to make us live there, but I'm mostly impressed.
Yeah, but then you'd have to be like a master mentalist and like
well
so
yeah, this guy has such impressive skills that I feel like he needs to use them in another way,
Yeah. He's just using them wrong, man.
He's special.
But this is Melina's job, right? As an actor, you have to fill in
the blanks
and make it work for your character. That's your job. So like you clearly have done that. You're like, oh, I have all this backstory, and it's like didn't end up in the movie, but it's there in your brain.
Well, I mean, Delilah doesn't really know his deal, so that was more Micah. He had to decide like where am I coming from? What's my problem?
How did I do this?
Why would I do this?
How is this possible?
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Oh, so go ahead.
No. Finish your thought, and then I'm just gonna finish up. We have one more paragraph.
I was gonna say, well, we find out. I mean, I guess it's coming up that like the fire started in the complex because I put in cheap moldings, which melted the door frame, and Betty got stuck in her apartment. No one else did, but it was my choice to have cheap moldings and like I always wondered, and I gotta maybe talk to the writer about this, like, why is he blaming me? Like, why not blame the people who manufactured the moldings? Or the person who started the fire? I don't know. Is that out of left field? I don't know who started it. How did this fire start?
You're right.
I'm asking you
Like,
guys.
Well, you know,
No,
I think
So-
what's her name? Delilah was making Tostino pizza rolls, and she like burned them.
Exactly. It wasn't the cheap moldings. It was the Tostinos.
It was the pizza rolls, man.
They're not
Clearly
a
she
sponsor.
can't
They're
cook
not a
because she
sponsor.
has.
You fall asleep with those in the oven, man. Your house is going up.
Yeah,
dangerous.
They're highly flammable.
She's an arsonist, whether she knows it or not. It's intentional. She's just setting everything on fire.
Yes. Well, exactly. And Melina, it's so funny because you bring up this detail about the crown molding and all this stuff, and I remember hearing that, but you know, it did not like come on my radar at all in this recap. So this is why it's actually probably good to have an actor on the podcast, because you're catching all the things that I just like wine missed, you know?
Well, it's so funny. I had a friend who I hadn't talked to in years from high school who messaged me saying that she saw it. And she said, now my family and I, whenever anything goes wrong, they just go, cheap moldings. I was like, that's brilliant. I got it. Now you always got to do the hammer and the nail line and cheap moldings.
We got a lot of good shit out of this.
Exactly,
We got a lot of
exactly.
really good shit out of this.
So almost done. Sean comes home. He finds Jay with Olivia, and there's like blanks in the gun or something, and I don't know. There's shooting happening. And Jay stabs Sean, and then he throws them in the basement. And Delilah sets the house on fire because she's like getting everyone out of the house. So I'll just set it
With
on
my
fire.
smartphone.
See?
Or my
Because
smart house.
Smart
or my
house. She's like,
smartphone.
oven, turn on. And the oven
Yeah.
turns on. It starts
Everything's
a fire.
smart except for the actors.
And they get out by the pool, and she hits Jay in the face with a hammer. And she says, nail, meat, hammer. Boom.
I should have said that. I said always be the hammer, but it should have been. How great would it have been if she goes up and she's like, get the what was the saying that you had on your tattoo? Was it, oh yeah, always be the hammer. Boom.
Yes. Yes.
I wish.
It was great. It was such like a final girl moment. Like, I love a good final girl, like in
Yeah.
horror movies. Like,
Oh, yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
yes, queen, we love it.
It was that was one where it didn't quite go. We had like half an hour to shoot in that house before the people who lived there were gonna come home and want to live their lives.
Right.
And so we were scrambling because we were like, how do we make this end? Because it can't be how it's written. It has to be shorter. And so it was the always saying the always be the hammer, like bringing it back. That was the director, because that was not originally written. So that was a pretty great callback on his part to think
So
of that.
good.
Yeah.
So
Ties
good.
it all
You
together.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to get those callbacks in there.
Only thing is I had a mallet. It was, but that doesn't sound as good.
Same idea. Same idea.
Always be the mallet.
Always be the mallet.
Yes.
What did you say before? Anyway, I'm gonna
Yeah.
And goodbye. So, Jay.
what was can I ask what was like the original ending? Like how was it written?
Well, originally, it actually was a staircase. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, it was a staircase, speaking of staircases. And it was like a railing that he kind of falls down off of. So when we changed it to a pool, there was like a longer sequence where she does hide for a second with Sean. Jay comes out to kill them, and she takes the ice pick. It's actually the ice pick that she like steals from the basement when she
There
leaves.
you
and
go.
she
That,
stabs
where
him.
was that ice pick coming from?
Yeah.
Okay.
She used the ice pick and stabs him, and he's like strangling her at the same time, but then she pushes him off the balcony. And so there's a little more. I was sad that we lost a bit of a moment where it could have been like him strangling me, because it's like, I want you to suffocate. And I think he even says, I want you to suffocate like Betty did. But instead it was just like, boom, pool, always be the hammer. Boom.
Hey,
oh, wait,
you know,
second
they
boom.
got to get to the next movie. They got to like wrap it up, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, wrap it up, Tom.
And
There is-
clearly, there might be a sequel from the end.
yeah. So Drew, there's one little little
Is there like
tag.
an after credits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we see Betty. She wakes up in the hospital. We have the nurse, our only POC in the movie, by the way. Just have to comment on that.
Right?
But
who's also amazing, by the way. I didn't get to work with her, and when I saw the movie, I was just like, I want a movie about this nurse. Like, the poor thing has to be telling people this bad news all the time, and she's breaking the rules, but only because she cares. Like, get me a movie about her.
Old Nurse Reynolds.
Yes. Well, you know, we got at least one. And Barbara is Latinx, I think.
And actually, and Betty is too. She's Latina, but I don't. I forget her name. I'm blanking. But the actress.
We could pull it up. So we're in the hospital. Betty wakes up and she's like, "Where's my husband?" And the nurse is like, And then it cuts to black, and you're like, "What?" And I got so. This is Lifetime, okay? This is unusual for Lifetime. So Lifetime viewers were messaging me like, "What happened? Did my screen cut off? Like, I missed the end of the movie." I'm like, that like was the end of the movie. That it's a cliffhanger. There might be a sequel, you know, and people were just very confused by that cliffhanger.
It was originally called Designs for Revenge, which I'm kind of sad it didn't stay.
Better title. Title.
Thank you. I think so too. I don't know. I just like putting basement in a title doesn't. It's kind of clunky. Doesn't work so well. But Designs for Revenge, and also having it stay Designs for Revenge, could have had like a perfect sequel title of Designs for Revenge redesigned. And now that opportunity's gone. Now it's just Secrets in the Basement 2, if that ever happens.
Hey, you know, or Secreter in the Basement.
Still in the basement.
Still more secrets in the basement.
More secrets in the basement.
They're really pushing that secrets angle this year. On Lifetime, they have like Secret in the Woods, Secret in the Basement, Secret in the Bathhouse, Secret in the, I don't know.
Any location possible.
Secret on the patio.
The
there you go.
Secret on the patio.
I don't know.
The wrong sauna.
That's
the wrong one.
That's for Miss Vivica to work out with her production company.
Oh, Vivica.
Yes. Miss Vivica.
Yes,
we love her. Okay, so on the show, we either pour it up, which means yes, or pour a cork in it, which means no, thank you. So what are we going to do to this movie? I think we'll start with Melina first.
What would you do to your own?
What would you do
we haven't done this before.
No.
With an actress
to my own
and,
movie.
Like, talk to your own movie.
We had Ignacio on, and we were like, "Your movie was great," and he was like, "I think it was too," and that was it.
And we're like, and that was it.
That was it.
You know, I think I have to be controversial, and I think I have to pour a cork in it.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of both.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was I gotta say, shout out to everybody who worked on it. They were so fun and so wonderful, and I love them all. And so it was so fun, and everyone was so sweet. And I didn't get to meet the writer, but thank you for writing this, sir. And and sorry that we may have butchered it a bit, but
that's the price you pay for being the writer.
Exactly.
Once your movie's written, it's out of your hands.
Yep.
We just interviewed a writer, and he's just like, "Look, here's the script.
Good luck.
Take it away. Just take it.
Take it. Get it out of here."
Yeah. So I'm gonna pour cork in it. Maybe that'll be a first, but
it is a first.
That is a first. It's the first pouring a cork in it.
Drew, how about you?
I'm pouring it up, all the way up, all the way up. The fact. Not just because we have Melina here, but like because of like especially the ending. That's awesome. Like and then like a little like after credits, quote unquote, type of situation.
Cliffhanger
with just like I just like it when the villain just gets like where there's been some movies that have been like that where they start talking about their villainy and their plan and stuff, and where they're just cut off, where it's just like, no, shut the fuck up. Nope.
It wasn't efficient. It was an efficient ending, I will say.
Yeah, it's like a hammer to the head. That'll do it.
One and done.
And just all the fun tropes that were in there. I give points for tropes. I pour it up for tropes.
He does.
I like tropes.
Yeah.
You do. Wonderful. I don't know. So I pre-recorded my YouTube episode about this. I'm doing like a recap YouTube thing. And I put a cork in it on there. But
You
I
could
think
put a cork in it.
I think after talking about it though, like I didn't like the ending being a cliffhanger because I'm like, if we're not getting a sequel, then it's just annoying. So like, make a sequel Lifetime. But if they did make a sequel, then I think I'd pour it up because then it's like leading to something else. You know what I mean? And then we get Melina.
So it's a pending
cork.
Well, right, because also like I didn't feel like it with the backstory that Melina kind of told us about the character and everything with Jay. Like it made that make more sense because in the movie, the way it was paced, it was trying to like reveal things like in little phases. And I'm like, just show me the fire at the very beginning so I know what's going on. I don't have to piece it together in my brain. Because the mystery aspect didn't help the movie at all. So that's where I would ding it for. I'd be like, let's not make it a mystery. It's a Lifetime movie. We know everyone has a backstory. Just show it at the beginning so then we can really have fun and not have to be kind of trying to figure it out as we're going. I'm drinking wine. I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that shit.
I got so many texts and people, family and friends asking questions, and it's so funny because it's hard to know being from me knowing it and doing it. I'm like, is this gonna read? Are people gonna see or hear that and know what's happening? So it's so interesting knowing that like so many people were confused at things. When I explain then they get it, but
yeah. Well,
it's kind of out of your hands at that point. Like, it's kind of like the writer where you're just like, okay, well, I did the performance as I was directed to, and then now it's editing time, and now, like, so I don't know what's going to be, like, what's going to come out of this.
Right. I really think this one came down to the editing, and, like, all the actors were very strong. And I liked the writing, like I said, with like the mental health stuff. It could have gone like a totally bad way, but the writer like took a little bit of care to try a little bit more than normal.
He did, yeah.
So I appreciated that. So for those things, I think I'm gonna pour it up.
Okay.
If there's a sequel, if there's not a sequel, if there's not a sequel,
pending pour up. Yeah, pending pour up.
And Melina has to be the star, and she has to run away from Betty, and we have to get Nurse. What's her name? Nurse Reynolds.
Nurse
yes.
Reynolds.
Brandi Huzzie is the actor's name. She has to come back and she has to be pivotal to the plot. And then I will 100% pour it up.
Will Delilah still be with Sean, or will that just not?
Sean will be with me. Sean will be with me.
Okay.
Sean will be with Patrick Serrano.
Right.
There should totally be a love interest thing with Delilah, because there's nothing like better than having some love thing going on. I think I'd read that someone wrote that they were like, why couldn't something have gone on between Jay and Delilah? And I was like, yeah, something should have.
It seemed like it was going to go that way, but it didn't. This movie was not very horny.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a horny.
It wasn't a horny one. There's plenty of those. Trust me, Drew. We're talking about Pool Boy Nightmare later, and that movie is horny.
Oh my god! I saw previews for that, and I was like, I gotta watch this. I have
to. Very horny. So
it'll be after so the director, Stanley Rowe.
Yes.
It sounds like he needs to get on Shudder.
Yeah.
He should. Yeah, I think he'd love that.
He needs to do something for Shudder.
He's more like a horror vibe.
Yeah, he did.
And that was the writer that we interviewed a couple episodes ago, like where we had actual, like, he's like, well, I love horror. Like, that's what I write. So it's like, yeah, I was like, so we're trying to get, like, move all of you guys over to Shudder.
I love Shudder. I have subscription.
Shudder's my favorite thing in the world ever.
It is
I can't
awesome.
Handle it.
Y'all are crazy.
I'd be trying to find horror movies on all different streamers, and and now I have it all in one place.
It's hard to find. It's hard to find.
There's different genres of horror. Like,
yeah.
It's like Shudder, sponsor us, Shudder.
Okay. All right.
We're
okay. Plug. We're not here to plug networks that aren't Lifetime. So I think that wraps up our conversation about Secrets in the Basement. Melina, before I jump to our Candace segment this week, do you have any closing remarks or any like tidbits that you didn't get to share that you'd like to share? Ooh. You don't have to, but if you have anything, now's your moment. Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this.
I loved everybody that I worked with, and I had so much fun. And I'm so grateful that you guys were up for having me on this. for, oh, sorry, that's my coffee machine. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh.
Going off. But,
is it a smart coffee machine?
It's a smart, I just have
one?
to say, make coffee, and it does it.
Make coffee for me.
I wish. I'm in a studio in the valley, so no, I don't have a smart
make
studio.
coffee.
There you go.
But
Lights on.
I'm just glad to have chatted with you guys, because it's been so fun to like kindly rip it apart in the nicest way.
Yeah, I was
We
nervous,
like to be
but
mean here.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I love about you guys. It's like, it's not like pooping on stuff. It's truly enjoying. I grew up watching Lifetime movies, so I love Lifetime. I'm all about it, and they're so fun, and that's what we need right now.
Absolutely.
Including this podcast.
There you go. Endorsed by Melina Bartzokis. Wait, say it again. I want to say it right.
Bartzokis.
Bartzokis. Melina Bartzokis. I have to do that with my hands. I don't know why. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do a Candace. Well, this is a little bit different. We're not going to play a Candace segment. I'm just going to play the song, and then we're going to talk about the song because Melina hasn't heard it. Maybe she has. It is on iTunes, right, Drew?
It's gonna be. I'm gonna put it on iTunes. Damn it.
Okay, we're gonna play it, and then if you want to comment as it's playing, that's fine, because this is not gonna be like dubbed in.
What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yep. What you say.
Yep. That's my favorite part.
Candace
Yeah.
Cameron Bure.
Okay, and that's
I
the What
love
You
it.
Say Candace Cameron Bure song. And usually we talk about her Instagram, but I don't want you to talk anything bad about Candace because, you're going to be in her next Hallmark Christmas movie playing her assistant or something, like, because she would never have a woman play anything other than her assistant in a Hallmark movie.
I have yet to see a Candace Cameron Hallmark movie. I know I've seen the trailers and previews for them, but I have not seen one yet.
Oh, well, maybe you should come back and do a... Oh, no, I can't have you do that because I want you to still be employed.
We don't want to compromise.
We don't want to compromise you as an actor.
But because I feel like she has enough power to do that.
Oh, God, that's scary.
Like, she'd be like, yeah. But I do want to say this. So, Patrick, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
You fucking tagged me in one of her fucking photos.
I did.
On Instagram. You son of a bitch. But it was hilarious.
She knows who we are, so I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter.
She definitely knows who we are. I mean, we have a whole segment for her.
I know.
She better.
I'm sure she knows.
I
who
hope
we
it's your ringtone, because it should be.
are.
It's so great.
It's not my ringtone, but I haven't really been listening to it because we've been recording these in Zoom. So normally in the studio, I play it on like my iPad and then we just like rock out and dance. But I haven't had the opportunity to do that. So I thought it'd be fun to do it with you on our little Zoom call.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yay.
And I did the what was the photo? Oh, it was
Drew,
like
you
her
can't
husband
talk.
grabbing
You
her
can't
boob?
talk about it.
Oh,
we're
the
talking.
boob thing.
We're talking about it in a later episode, okay? And we don't want to.
Okay.
We don't want to put Melina in a compromising position like a boob grab.
I was gonna
Melina
make
didn't
that
say-
joke. Damn you!
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this is funny. This is her being funny.
Melina, I don't know
I
if
don't
you know this, but I do improv, and many years in comedy. So
Oh,
Many years
yes,
in
that's
comedy.
why I especially wanted to chat with you guys. I
oh
love the
boy.
improv. Yes.
We used to run a comedy theater, and it went under before
before
COVID.
COVID,
So-
COVID would have killed us. COVID would have
Oh, we would've-
left us in financial ruin. At least we went out on our own terms.
At least we did. We're like, you know what? Let's stop doing this.
Like, you're in a lease, you have to pay your $5,000 a month.
Oh,
I
God.
can't imagine. R.I.P. all the theaters. I feel so bad for all the storefront theaters.
Yeah,
Oof.
it's rough, but it's gonna be
It's gonna come back.
insane.
It's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back full force.
It's gonna come
Yes.
back with
Full force.
more POCs involved on the boards, more POC directors. It's gonna be the time for inclusion and diversity, and it's gonna be amazing. And I can't wait.
And this might already be in the works, but I am so hoping with all these Christmas movies that we see more POC / more LGBTQ representation. Maybe it's already in the news. It's something
Definitely at Lifetime. Lifetime's doing a gay Christmas movie.
Yes!
Which we talked about, and the character in the movie is named Patrick.
Yeah, it is.
Yes!
Isn't that crazy? I'm like, it's so for me. They did that for me.
Boom.
They know.
They know.
They did.
They listen to this.
They absolutely know.
So wonderful. We're not here to talk about all this stuff. So Melina, it's pluggy time. Do you have anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time of the podcast?
Ooh, pluggy time.
You know, like
Pluggy time.
your social media or a
myself.
project coming up. Yeah.
Yes, you can follow me at Melina Bartzokis. Everyone's probably like, how the hell do you spell that? It's Bartzokis, and it's Melina is like Melinda but without the D, and that's my handle for all social media platforms. And that's so that's my plug of me. I don't have any projects coming up, but because things are pretty slow right now. But I will be sitting watching all the Christmas movies come. I'm just waiting for the Christmas season to come around so I can just do that.
Me too. I'll be doing the same thing. So if you want to just like chat, hit me up, and we'll just be like, "Oh my god!"
Yes. I'll be. Let me know which ones you watch.
I live tweet them all, so we could just tweet together.
Perfect.
But don't go on Twitter. Twitter is a dark, scary place.
It is.
It's very.
Silly
It's not
place.
good. Drew, do you have anything you like to plug in the pluggy time?
Yeah, you can follow me on at Drew but with pants on Instagram. I have a Twitter account, but don't worry about it. And yeah, I don't get on Facebook or anything. My band is the Limbos. We'll be releasing a new album that we did remotely.
Ooh.
And it sounds awesome.
I can't wait.
Some old songs. Yeah, and we're releasing that in October sometime.
Wonderful.
So I don't know. It's up to the label. The label does all the
Check it out on the label, whatever, on Spotify. And follow the band on Spotify, of course. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel. We also have a YouTube channel now, so check that out. Mondays at 2 p.m. Oh, I have to make a post about that.
Oh, and I will be I will be celebrating the October Halloween season watching Shudder movies.
Oh.
Yes.
So just so you guys, instead of watching the Christmas things, I'll be doing
There you go.
that. So, hit me up if you find a good horror movie.
This is the
Perfect.
first Halloween season with Shudder for me, and I'm like, thank God I have a place to go watch all this now.
It's awesome. I did
Crazy.
31 horror movies in 31 days last year.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay.
And there's more.
More
Anyway.
and more.
But nothing is scarier than Lifetime.
No,
Make
that
sure you
for,
go.
Nothing is scarier than life.
Don't
For
want
me,
to
that-
plug
yeah.
Shudder too much. Go to
That's-
Lifetime.
that's
to
my
get your
scary quota.
stuff.
My too scary. Lifetime is like the cap of scary.
Yeah.
I think I could watch like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and that's like very scary.
It is scary.
That's like CW.
I
scary.
know, but
Yeah.
that's my type of scary. CW scary.
That
There you
that
go.
one still scares me though. I because I watched it as a kid and I'm still horrified. So
Jennifer Love Hewitt just doing her thing.
doing her
She's
thing.
good. Wonderful. Thank you both for being here, and
Thank you.
you listeners for checking back in with Lifetime Uncorked, which is movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the show at Lifetime Uncorked. Don't forget to rate and review the podcast with a poop emoji for Drew and all the other emojis for me. And I think that's it. Melina, you're awesome. This was so fun.
Melina, what's your emoji? What emoji do you want?
oh my gosh, I get to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone's off. What's a good emoji? Give me an emoji. Eggplant. Isn't that sexual?
Oh,
That's
no.
my Drew
okay,
Bear.
Well, Melina is the eggplant emoji.
He is my twin.
I love it. Okay, that wraps it up for this episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.